Hey traders, welcome back to another daily profit and loss recap video. Today is Thursday, June 29th. I just finished up trading for the morning and I ended up with a loss of $265. In this video, we're going to break down this trade, talk about my thought process, and because there are often so many good lessons to learn from our losing trades, hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and use it to improve your own trading. Alright, so this should be a pretty quick video. The only trade that I placed today was with the stock ACIU. Okay, so this was in the Market Master Group trade plans over the night, and the reason for that is because of the inside bar setup that we have on the daily chart. On Tuesday, we get this big spike up from just about $2.20 per share, all the way up to nearly $4 per share the same day. And then yesterday, on Wednesday, we get this small, low volume pullback candle that is, of course, completely within the range of this previous day, making it an inside bar setup. So with this setup, what I like to do is wait for it to break above the high of that inside bar, which in this case is $3.37, and then look for it to push back up towards the high of the previous candle. So that was the goal and that was the thought process with this trade. If we take a look at the daily chart now, today we have a small gap up from the previous day's close. It closed yesterday at a price of $3.18. And it opened today at a price of $3.25. So everything was looking good this morning at the market open, and very quickly it starts to break out above that inside bar breakout level above 337. And as we can see by looking at the shorter term time frame up here, that push up into the 340s was immediately rejected back down. I took a starter position into that breakout, and then I added some more shares as it was trading around the VWAP here. I ended up with 1,500 shares and my average cost was just under $3.30. And I was forced to take a loss on this trade once it sold off down into the low threes. I ended up with a loss of $265. Of course, that's not the end of the world. It's not a huge deal, relatively small loss. And again, one of the things that I've talked about over and over in these videos is one of the best ways to keep your losses small is to only add into that position when it's looking like it's going to work in your favor, or if the price action is already moving in your favor. In this case with ACIU, I added some shares as it was starting to hold above VWAP here. At that point in time, it did have this big rejection from the morning spike, but it was looking like it was starting to form some higher lows and higher highs, and it was a really solid setup for it to push back up and squeeze through that morning high. So I added a small portion into my position, and once it started to sell off to the downside, this is where inexperienced traders or rookie traders would start to add into their position more and more and more, with their goal being to average down their cost on the trade. But being a more experienced trader myself and having traded for almost a decade now, I know that adding into your losing trades is a very risky strategy, and most of the time it doesn't end up working out in your favor. So at this point, once it was selling off to the downside, I decided to just cut losses on the trade rather than trying to add into it and turn it into a winning trade. Okay, so again, this was the only trade for me today. It was a very anticlimactic day. We had some solid gap ups this morning. IMNM, for example, gapped up from yesterday's closing price of $5.91 up to a high in pre-market of $10.41 and to an open price today of $8.88. So a big gap up, and this was of course going to be on watch for a potential gap and go, but it ends up just opening under VWAP. Trade sideways, starts to look like maybe it could form a base here in the high sevens and squeeze through VWAP, but sure enough, it never was able to reclaim the VWAP and just started to fade lower and lower and lower. So I never got into a trade with this one. I would have probably looked for an opportunity to buy if it started to break above the VWAP, but of course that never happened. Another one was SGTX. This was a big gap up this morning, actually a huge gap up. It's currently up about 521%. But again, pretty much the same situation that we saw with IMNM. Opened under the VWAP, traded sideways, rejected VWAP a few times, and is kind of just fading and trading a little bit sideways. So I would have liked to have seen an opportunity where one of these, opened under the VWAP, kind of sucked in some short sellers that were looking at this as an opportunity to short sell into this weakness, and then, pushed through the VWAP and started a little bit of a short squeeze, but obviously, that never happened with either of these two, so I never got into a trade with any of those, and I decided to just call it a day, took my $265 loss. As much as part of me always wants to try to find another trade opportunity to make up for a losing trade and to turn this day into a profitable day, it's really important to understand that Often the best trade is no trade at all. If there's no setups that are worth taking, it's best to just cut your trading for the day, step away from the computer, and look for a better setup to trade the following day. With ACIU, even though this ended up being a losing trade, we have to keep in mind that any trading strategy that you're using is going to have losses every once in a while. I've been trading the inside bar breakout strategy for years at this point, and it's made me many tens of thousands of dollars in profits. So just because it led to a losing trade today doesn't necessarily mean that I need to adjust any of my trading. It just means that there was simply no follow through in this case, and that's going to happen with any trading strategy that you use. Alright, but anyway, that was my trading for the day. I hope you found some value in this video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to hear about the stocks that I'm trading in real time, work with our team of traders, watch our live trade ideas scanner streams, and even get swing trading alerts if you're more interested in swing trading as opposed to day trading, there's going to be a link down below in the description to join us in the Market Master group. And when you sign up, your first week will be 100% free, so you can come and try it out for yourself. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.